I didn't hit record. Sorry, don't know why this is going. This is going in a random order. So I'm going to throw this on YouTube, guys, so people can go back and watch it, and it will be on Trade Traction on YouTube.
I would have got my hair done if I known that.
I know. Oh, so I've got it's random. It's not in order. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, a little market research. What social do you frequently use the most? Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, other, YouTube, or TikTok? Of course, we're on all of them. A lot of us use several, but where do we go to first? Ooh, Facebook and Instagram are the biggest, and then YouTube. Very cool. Grounding electrodes are devices that establish an electrical connection to the cold water piping, the building structural steel, earth, or building electrical wiring. Earth is the right answer. Okay, an outlet on a boiler to permit emptying of or discharging of sediment is called atmospheric check valve, an aspirator, a boiler blow off, or a relief valve. Relief valve. It's actually a boiler blow off valve. All right, Tom and Brandon are moving up. The organization, office, or individual responsible for enforcing the requirement of a code or standard is the plumbing inspector or department, the building department, the administrative authority, or the authority having jurisdiction. The authority having jurisdiction. Imagine that, guys. Imagine that. A joint obtained by joining of metal parts with metallic mixtures or alloys that melt at a temperature up to and including 840 degrees Fahrenheit is a flare joint, a metallic joint, a soldered joint, or a brazed joint. That is the question. A solder joint. That's right. Todd is still, Brandon's on fire, man. He's got 5 in a row. All right, PEX is defined as cross-linked polyethylene, none of the above, polybutylene X, or polyethylene. Hmm, what could it be? Cross-linked polyethylene. Yes. Dude, Todd's pulling away. All right. A valve that controls the gas or vacuum service to a particular area is a zone valve, isolation valve, branch valve, or area valve. Huh. Huh. Interesting.
That's an odd question,
Yes,
the way they
very.
worded it.
Uh, A zone valve. Zone valve. All right. The pipe delivering potable water from the source of a supply to a building structure is water distributing pipe, water riser, building supply, or water main. It's building supply. Building supply is the right answer. Todd's on fires, 8 in a row.
That's because you emailed him all the answers.
Yeah,
I
right?
didn't though. Actually, I just invited him this morning to the call. A water heater is the definition of an appliance for supplying steam for domestic and commercial purposes, heating water and equipped with a draft hood, supplying hot water to a maximum of 190, or heating water to a maximum of 210. Interesting. 210 is the answer, guys.
I actually would argue against that.
Let's talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to compile all the ones we got wrong so we can talk about it at the end. A pipe that makes an angle of not more than 45 degrees with the vertical is considered diagonal, horizontal, vertical, or crooked. Huh. What could it be? Vertical. Yes, you guys are so smart. You guys got such bright futures, man. All right. What are we looking at here? Public sewage retention system, an industrial waste disposal system, private sewage retention system, or a private sewage disposal system. What is that? Private sewage disposal system. That's right. Okay. Guys, do you see me moving your guys' pictures around or not? No? Okay. Cool. Type B vent is used for venting a listed or approved appliance equipped to burn solid fuel, only oil, gas or oil, or only gas. That is the question. Only gas. That's right. When a backflow prevention device does not bear a critical level marking, the part of the device that shall contribute to a critical level is the bottom, the center, the outlet invert, or the top. The bottom. Bottom. All right. Todd's pulling away, man. A pipe that makes an angle of 45 degrees from the vertical is considered
I think we had this one already.
It was
crooked.
rephrased.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Offset, horizontal, or vertical. These are literally the questions in the study guide.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, I could tell they weren't written by an educator, but that's a different discussion.
Exactly. All right. A circuit vent connects to a horizontal drain branch and vents. Uh, how many traps and not more than how many traps? 2 and 6, 3 and 6, 3 and 9, 2 and 8 is the answer. 2 and 8 is the answer. Right. A standard that is an extensive compilation of provisions covering broad subject matter is the definition for code, listed, legal document, or standards.
Oh,
Hmm.
Oh, I got the wrong one.
I fat
Oh,
fingered the screen and didn't even know what I chose.
I've said that before too, Todd. Oh, all right. I wish this wasn't going random. Okay, what are we looking at here? What's the question? Grade of pipe, the velocity of flow, the direction of flow, or distance below the grade? That's
Yeah, I got to start reading all these. I'm getting finger happy here.
yeah, grade of pipe. Grade of pipe. Yeah, that's maybe one we can talk about at the end. There's something to talk about there for sure. Oh, quite okay. The question, this is the question mark. What is that right there? Is that a fixture supply, a horizontal branch, a building drain, or a fixture drain? That is the question.
It better not be supply.
That is the horizontal branch. That's right. All right. What's that on a vacuum breaker? Is that the crown line? Is that the manufacturer's trademark? Is that the corrosive limit? Or is that the critical level marking? That is the question. The critical level marking. That's right. Dude, Todd's got 3 in a row. He's on fire. The part of the horizontal piping of a drainage system that begins how many feet downstream from the last mobile home site and conveys it to a public sewer is called a mobile home park sewer. So 2 feet, 5 feet, 3.5, or 3. Ooh, it's 2 feet. 2 feet, just like a residential house. That's kind of a trick question. So a mobile home and a residential house are the same thing. A combined building sewer is a building sewer that conveys industrial waste and domestic sewage. A combo of all sewer and drainage piping from inside and outside of building. Building drain that conveys waste and stormwater, or a building sewer that conveys both sewage and stormwater. Hmm. Building sewer that conveys both sewage and stormwater is the right answer. All right, true or false? It's device and system of piping that maintains water seal in a remote trap is called a trap primer.
You spelt the word device wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, you caught me.
A device.
That must have been after my second beer. Oh, 8, true. That's right. Okay. Omar. Omar, dude, you're on your way, man. You got 4 in a row. Any pressure less than that exerted by atmosphere is a negative pressure, positive pressure, atmospheric pressure, or vacuum. Hmm. That is called a vacuum. Yep. Okay. Dude, Omar, you're on fire, man. 5 in a row. Let's go. Let's do this. The definition of gray water is wastewater from bathtubs, showers, sinks, clothes, washers, and laundry tubs. Untreated wastewater that has not come into contact with toilet water. Untreated waste water that hasn't come into contact with kitchen or dishwasher, or all of the above are requirements. All of the above is the right answer. All right. The piping and equipment between the street gas main and the gas piping system inlet, which is installed by and is under the control and maintenance of the serving gas supplier, is listed in the code as a service piping, gas fittings, yard piping, gas piping. Service piping is the right answer. All right. True or false? Static pressure is pressure existing without any flow. True or false? True is the right answer. All right, 24. A mixing valve that senses outlet temperature and compensates for fluctuations in incoming hot or cold water temperature is a none of the above, thermostatic temperature control valve, pressure balancing valve, or combination thermatic pressure balancing. And the answer is thermostatic temperature control valve. Yes. Who's Ish Kabibel?
Yeah.
Who is that? That's you. Okay, okay, okay.
That's part of the fun of this. You should have seen all the names that my students used to use.
Yeah, that's awesome. Air supplied from cylinders, sinks containing or reconstructed from oxygen USP is defined as medical, nitrous oxide, oxygen, air, or vacuum. Air. Air is the right answer.
What in the world? Seems.
Yeah. We'll build when we get done, we'll be able to talk about all these. Yeah. Multiple select. Oh, this is the rules of the game. It's all backwards. This is the first one. So feel free to interact and ask questions as you wish. The winner gets a Richest Man in Babylon book. I'm going to send you this book. The faster the answer, the better the score. And at the end, we'll review the questions we got correct, got wrong. So that was supposed to be the first slide. So sorry, I'll click that button next. All right, here we go. What are we looking at right there? What's the question mark? Yoke vent, wet drain, wet vent, or individual vents? That is the question. Wet vent is the right answer. Yes. All right. Reclaimed water is defined as treated for drinking, treated rainwater, untreated domestic wastewater, or tertiary treated non-potable water.
Hey,
Tertiary treated.
I have to drop from the meeting. This has been fantastic. A lot of fun.
Awesome.
I wish I could stay for the whole thing and see if I could pull it off, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Actually, I need
That
to
was
jump
good.
too. So,
Yeah. All right, guys.
Great to see everyone. Todd, nice to
Yep.
meet you. Take
nice
care,
to meet you
everybody.
too, Ken.
Yep.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great day, everyone.
Thanks for playing. A vent that also serves as a drain is a wet vent, island vent, loop vent, or vent stack. A vent that also serves as a drain is a wet vent. Is the right answer. Cool. Okay, a device designed to provide protection against hydraulic shock in the building water system is called a backflow preventer, air chamber, water hammer arrestor, or flushometer valve. A water hammer arrestor is the right answer, guys. Perfect. Okay. That part of the lowest piping of a drainage system that receives the discharge from soil, waste, and other drainage pipes inside the wall of the building and conveys it to a point 2 feet outside the building wall is a building drain, waste pipe, soil stack, or building sewer. And the answer is a building drain. Building drain is the right answer. All right, Omar, dude, you're pulling ahead. Omar's ready for a truck, guys. I'm just telling you. All right. That the question is, what is that space right there? Is it an air gap, an air brake, an overflow rim, or a static head? That's an air gap. Perfect. Okay, a combination of fittings that may be used to make an offset and is considered a vertical pipe are 45 and a 45, a 90 and a 45, a 45 and a 60, or a 90 and a 45. 45 and a 45. Still a vertical pipe. Okay. The pipe or duct that connects a fuel gas burning water heater to a gas vent chimney is a vent connector, a collar connector, a flue collar, or a chimney call connector. A vent connector is the right answer. Perfect. The lowest portion of the inside of a horizontal pipe is called the lowest portion of the inside of the pipe is called the invert, flat vent, invert mass, or bottom. Invert. The invert is the right answer. All right, Omar, you're getting close, buddy. A document, the main text of which contains only mandatory provisions using the word shall to indicate requirements, is best described as a law, a standard, a code, or a legal document. Code.
It's a standard.
Yes. All right. 62. This is a big chapter. Physical separation that may be a low inlet into the indirect waste receptor from the fixtures, appliances, or devices indirectly connected is the definition for a individual event, an air gap, an air brake, or an indirect waste. Air brake. Air brake's the right answer. Okay. The length along the center line of the pipe and the fittings is the circumference length, the developed length, the diagonal length, or the diameter length. The developed length is the right answer. Yes. Dude, Omar, you're getting there. 2,000 more points. The pipe receiving the discharge from a clinical sink and conveying it to the building drain is defined as a waste pipe. True or false? True is the right answer.
No, false.
I mean, false is the right answer. Sorry. So I'm looking at your scores, and then I gotta look down and see what the right answer is. Okay, question mark. What's the question mark right there? What is that? A relief vent, a fixture vent, a branch vent, or a yoke vent? A yoke vent is the right answer. Very good. Okay, dude, Ivan's on fire. He's got 4 in a row. Omar, this is not over, man. Ivan's coming for you. All right, device located at the bottom of the tank for the purpose of flushing water closets and similar fixtures is a flush valve, a flushometer, a tank ball, or a ball cock. And the answer is that's a flush valve. It's a flush valve. Okay. A vertical vent that is continuous is a continuation of the drain to which it is connects to is a relief vent, continuous vent, a circuit vent, or a branch vent. Continuous vent is the right answer. Yep. Awesome. Oh, Ivan's coming close, Omar. The service valve serves a designated zone, a horizontal piping extending from the riser to a station outlet or inlet, all piping downstream from the source, or vertical piping extending from a horizontal branch. The service valve serves horizontal piping extending from a riser to a station outlet. That's the answer. Okay, the definition of the word stack does not include water piping, waste piping, soil piping, or vent piping. Well, we got to get this one right, guys. Water piping is the right answer. All those others can be part of the stack. Finally, Omar's kicking Todd's butt. All right. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. A water heater that is constructed and installed so that all air for combustion is derived directly from the outside atmosphere, and all flue gases are discharged to the outside atmosphere is a gravity vent appliance, induced vent appliance, direct vent appliance. It's a direct vent appliance. Good job, guys. Yes. Okay. A device installed in a drainage system to prevent reverse flow is a sewage ejector, backwater valve, backflow preventer, or check valve. It's a backwater valve. I'm excited for review because we can cover all this stuff. I know I have a way of remembering that for myself. SCFM means standard cubic feet per meter, standard cubic feet per minute, standard criteria for medicine, or standard criteria for medical gas. Yeah, it's 6. Perfect. Standard cubic feet per minute. Right on. Brandon's got 4 in a row. Brandon's coming now. Okay. Fixture connections that require the removal of an access panel for servicings are considered not accessible, readily accessible, exposed, or accessible. Accessible is actually the right answer. That's always confusing to me. All right. Brandon's on fire, guys. Brandon does not like to lose. Trust me. He's a winner. A pipe inside a building that conveys stormwater from the roof to a storm drain, combined building sewer, or other approved point of disposal is called a or an rain leader, conductor, abductor, or building storm drain. Conductor is the right answer. Conductor. All right. Number 33. A permanently installed mechanical device other than an ejector for removing sewage or liquid waste from a sump is called a sewage pump. True or false? True. We got that one right. Fast. All right. Omar, let's pull this off, dude. You got this. 13 more questions. Horizontal drain pipe, a horizontal drain that is sized to provide free movement of airflow above the flow line of the drain is called a Durham waste and vent system, a continuous waste system, combination waste and vent system, or a solvent waste and vent system. Combination waste and vent system is the answer. Okay. Whoa! Ivan. Let's go. A medical gas system whose failure can cause minor injury to patients is defined as a category 2, 1, 3, or 4. This is a question in the code book. 4 is the right answer.
No, 2.
Oh, 2 is the right answer. Sorry. Brandon's got 9 in a row, guys. Gray water is untreated wastewater that has not come into contact with waste from which one of the following? Lavatories, toilets, showers, or tubs? Toilets is the right answer. All right. Omar's pulling away again, guys. What water that is satisfactory for drinking, culinary, or domestic purposes, and that meets the requirement of the authority of jurisdiction is referred to by this code as soft water, industrial water, hard water, or potable water? Potable water is the right answer. Perfect. Yeah, Omar's got a streak of 3, man. Okay. Here we go. What's that? What is that right there? Is that the dirty arm, the drain pipe, the waste pipe, or the trap arm? What is that right there? Trap arm is the right answer. Perfect. $57. The T rating limits the maximum temperature rise of what above, or how much above its initial temperature through the penetration on the non-fire side. That's a tricky one. 325, that's the right answer, guys. Good job. That portion of a drainage system that does not drain by gravity into the building sewer is known as a storm sewer, sewage ejector, building subdrain, or building supply. Building subdrain is the answer. That tricked me too when I was writing out the test. Six more. What's that right there? Is that industrial waste, fixture branch, indirect waste pipe, or island sink drain? The indirect waste pipe. That's the answer. Okay. A room equipped with a shower, bathtub, or combination bath shower is a shower room, bathroom, washroom, or toilet room. Shower, it's a bathroom. That's the right answer.
I got it wrong.
Ah, taking one for the team. Okay, number 17. What is that? What is that right there? Is that the catch basin, the sump, the sand trap, or the holding tank? What is that right there? That is the sump. That's why it's called a sump pump. Omar's back ahead. By code definition, a stack is always vertical, exposed, horizontal, or straight. Vertical. Awesome. Only two more questions. The principal artery of the venting system to which branches may be connected is called the branch vent, main vent, or vertical vents. The main vent is the answer. All right, Omar's pulling away. A device integrated within an air accumulator vessel that is designed to discharge a predetermined quantity of water to fixtures for flushing purposes is a day tank, surge tank, flushometer valve, or an expansion tank, or flushometer tank. Flushometer tank is the answer. All right. This is it. One more question. As an apprentice, what do you need more help with, guys? Is it technical? Is it money? Is it soft skills, code study, sales training, or what? If you had to choose one, what would it be? Everyone's trying to figure out The Apprentices. Code study. Well, that's what we're doing. Awesome. All right, guys. Chapter 2 definitions. Ivan pulled it out and got first place. Whoa, what's happening? We want to stop this. Oh, weird. I am so this is frustrating. All right. So, guys, what were the questions we had? Um, I must have a different setup in there, but there was a place where we could talk about it, like showed you what questions you got wrong. Did anybody have any questions? Do you guys remember which ones you got wrong? Yeah, Jado.
I think we should get more time to read the questions.
So you want a little bit longer?
Yeah, I didn't get to read most of them.
Okay.
Most of the answers, especially.
And do you want is it helpful for me to talk or is it good for me to read it out loud?
It depends. For me, I just took all my headset off. I read it myself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Cool.
I
I'm gonna stop
think
the recording.
it might
Go
be
ahead.
the internet connection because sometimes you were reading the question and the answers and I still couldn't see them on my screen or on
Okay.
the when you were sharing. I couldn't see the answers, but you were already reading them.
Oh,
So there's like a little bit of a gap, but I'm not in the same room where they're at as well. So I don't know, it may be
yeah.
my internet connection. And that's why when it was like by the time I was looking at which one to choose, it would time out already. So I do
Got
find
it.
it helpful that you're reading them because if there's that little bit of a delay by the time I'm looking for the answers, then you've already read the question.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. And yeah, there must be a setting in there where you can review the questions afterwards. And because I did one of the tests I built did that. I was like, well, this is perfect. Because that's what we did at our company was that's how you know what you need to cover, what you need to train on. If everybody got 3 questions wrong, let's talk about that, right? So it lets you know what you need to talk about. So I'm so sorry we don't get to see that summary. Um, the other thing is, I guess there must be a button that you to do it in order. So I had it set up in order. So this one was random. Oh, what's it say, Ivan? I can't.
In the app, if you have the app downloaded on your phone, it does let you go back to see the ones you got wrong
Oh,
and
cool.
go
Okay.
over them.
Are there any that you want to talk about? Not really. Okay. Okay. Very cool, guys. Again, this seems simple or kind of whatever, but really, guys, this is all we did. We just did. We went through the multiple choice questions, and then we did a piping diagram once a month, and everybody passed their test with no cramming or anything. So I think partly what it does is again it elevates the conversation. Like when you guys are out working, hey, we just talked about that yesterday. This is what that is, right? This is a sump or whatever you're talking about, and it helps the guys. Like Jorge's trying to figure out what's going on around here, right? This is all new, and so um, what would be cool next time we'll have those questions reviewed, and then we can actually talk about those things, and it just it just speeds up the learning and the understanding of what's going on in the field when you know what you're talking about. When I took college classes, guys, the first thing I did every book or every chapter, I would memorize all the definitions. I would make flashcards and memorize the definitions. So what happened was then during lecture, I understood what they're talking about, right? Because I knew the words that we were going to use. So I think that helps too. So anyway, very good, guys. Well, thanks for playing. I'll post this on the Trade Traction YouTube channel, and it'll be there. And so when you guys want to study or something like that, that's kind of the idea, is that there's a library of this, and that will also let people know that, hey, they could join and play too. And so maybe someday we'll have more people joining to study for the test. So, all right, guys, have a great week.
Thanks, Dennis.
Yeah,
Have-
take care.